Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Kusogrand8, the Bad Video Game Tournament. I appreciate everybody who has resubscribed, including Kessin Chu, Blastinus, Nure, and everybody before what I was able to see. Simply put, I'm not able to thank people during matches too much because I like to pay attention to what's happening. Now, let's go ahead and head on over to the game reveal. So, Crappy, take us away! Away from that very scary vehicle there. Yeah, we're not gonna delay anymore, so say hello to the second GM of the day. Omega number, uh-oh. We've got a pirate. I like this music combined with saying we've got a pirate. It's getting scary. Omega number, where are you? Omega number. Omega number.
Yes.
Oh, there you are. Hey, how you doing?
Hi. I'm doing excellent today.
Yeah.
And I'm sure everybody here is going to be doing excellent today after the game that I picked.
Yeah, good. I'm excited to see what it is. Just as a clarification, though, is this the first game that you're giving out for Kusogrand8?
No. I did Atari 2600 Golf.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that was a nightmare.
No, this one maybe is. But I have a little story here.
Okay.
When everybody who was watching this, who was participating, entered Kusogrand8, they submitted games that they thought should be in Kusogrand8. And about like a week and a half ago, I went through the whole list and I found two people had picked Atari 2600 Golf, so I knew some of them had good taste. And one of them really caught my eye. It was very, very different. I'd never heard of it before. It's by somebody who's a very well-known member of the community. I believe was a finalist last time.
Oh.
Sprint God.
Oh, Sprint God. Okay. Yes. Well, what did...
Now, the problem was the game in question only lasted, when we tested it, 10 to 15 minutes, so
okay.
It wouldn't normally work.
Yeah.
Well, I did some searching. I found on a dead website, I had to go to Internet Archive. Somebody liked the game so much, they made a sequel.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so this is where they're actually playing two games. They're going to be playing The Cursed House and then the sequel.
Okay.
You can show it now.
Yeah, The Cursed House. There's no box art. That's always helpful.
Click and Create, which is basically click and play, the next version after click and play.
Oh, sweet. Well, luckily, they'll be clicking and playing plenty. The players have 1 hour to try to get through both of these games. If anybody manages to do that first, they take the victory. If nobody finishes, whoever makes the most progress takes the victory. The person who falls behind the most only gets 2 points, not eliminated, but they will have an uphill battle to stay in the tournament. Let's get this Chaos Engine music out of here, and let's listen to whatever is happening on these games. So, question for you. This is a Windows game, right?
Yes, they're both Windows games. Because they were, click and play is all Windows executables that you make, right? So.
Oh, I don't like this music. Okay.
Yeah, well, there's different music in the game. I'm not sure if you'll like it better, but it's different.
Okay, gotcha. I do know that Tina's screen said, "Hello, this is Tina," over the screen while I was getting stuff ready, so I'm sure that is indeed Tina, and everybody should be ready, so I'll let them know to take pictures off of their screens. So, one question as we get ready, what genre are we dealing with here?
Spooky house, Dracula, skulls, skeletons. Yeah. Also some other things, which you'll see. We'll get there.
Okay. There we go. I am just waiting for all of them to confirm. Those were good emote ideas. So everybody, the scariest emotes you have, get those ready and get ready to spam, because we're just about gonna do the count. Actually, yeah, we are just about ready for the countdown in Discord. And they are set, so spam those emotes. Spam, spam, spam. Best of luck to the players. Oh, this is good music.
I'm glad that Bubsy is considered officially, good spooky house emote.
Yeah. Bubsy, the concept of Bubsy itself is scary. Game over.
Okay, so when the players are testing this, they're like, "Is something broken with the jump?" Yeah, the first room you have all this very tiny little jump, and then suddenly it switches to a very big jump, and then some rooms it just doesn't work at all. The jump is kind of erratic. And there's all sorts of things going on. It's actually so much going on. It's hard to say. Let's talk about. So Max Dotex, is that how you pronounce it? Is
sure.
running into an ant, and does not realize you're just supposed to run away. That's all you're supposed to do with that scene.
Run away from ant. Yeah.
But the other thing is there's a number that appears on the bottom. So this doesn't have like a regular continue system. You have to enter the password. So every time they're typing 3057 or whatever it happens to be able to re-enter the room. Again, the first game is very short, like I mentioned in the preface. So Tina Hex is kind of blazing right through it. This is a room Tina Hex is in that you cannot jump. You're just supposed to duck and keep moving forward until you go into that hole right there.
Okay.
We have some good progress with the key, the horizontal white key.
Yeah, I see people keep grabbing this item in one of the rooms and a dart flies out and kills them. Is that right?
Right. So they need to duck.
There we go.
Right,
Tina.
they just need to duck.
Yeah, Tina's ducking. Although, I saw people get past this bullet before. It just seems like the duck takes so long to get out of when you duck.
Right. This is definitely the janky animation duck of Now Tina's doing it right. You're just kind of supposed to slowly edge forward. There we go. Almost there.
Oh no!
Probably can do it now. There we go. Perfect. Okay. And just got eaten.
That's all right. It happens to the best of us.
It's okay. It's okay. There we go. Oh, no, now the jump is a different height. Again, the jump just kind of randomly changes what height it is. That's on Tina's screen. Looking at everybody else, it looks like Moonberry is now also down the hole. And we have Max is trying to do the maneuver with the ducking, as is Drex.
So there was some information in Japanese. I think Tina is typing right now.
It's okay. It's basically there's going to be a big bat they're fighting. And they have information which ladder to go up in what order, except that Tina apparently maybe didn't read that. I don't know. Managed to escape, though. Good. That's good. We'll see. It's you're supposed to go up the middle one first. It's actually specifies that, and then you have to kill that thing.
Uh-oh.
There you go. Tina's doing it correctly. That's where
just gotta
Moonberry
wait.
is right now.
Gotta wait. Man with sword, very angry. Well,
and now we're also getting kind of our first experience with the jumping and platform system. You notice that there was kind of the halfway there. Okay, we got Tina found the item. Let's see here. Now it's going to this room. That's the right place to be. Tina has to figure out that you're supposed to shoot. That the item that you just found, you're allowed to shoot the bat.
Hey, everybody, you want a nightmare? I'm going to go ahead and play all of their audio at the same time, and you can all decide how it sounds, if it's better. Because of how many gaps we have in Dragus Cloud's music, let's do this.
Okay. Tina discovered you can shoot. Moonberry area found you can shoot. So whoever's going to shoot the bat first is going to get the item first. There we go. Okay, now there's the TNT. Now I can bring that back to the right ladder. Again, this is all in the instructions. I think Tina maybe missed that part. There we go. So Moonberry has exploded the whole thing right there, and then now can come back to unlock the door. Everyone's making very good progress here still. This is actually, I mean, this is as close as I could have imagined this game to be, because Dragus is now already on pushing the thing to kill the monster. There we go. First try. Perfect. All right, and then now Moonberry's getting the sword. Oh, let's see if this is the first try. Perfect.
I see a Dracula! By the way, a fun thing about this is that for some reason 2 of the players don't have audio coming through, so I'm not going to torture everybody.
Yeah, don't worry about that, yeah.
I wanted to torture, like, everybody and have several people's audio going at the same time. Oh, maybe it's just certain rooms don't even have any audio. What?
Right, yeah, no, so just to clarify on the bottom screens there, they're fighting Dracula. Just Dracula's invisible.
He's invisible?
Yeah. So the little bar to the right is going down.
Hey, Moonberry wins! Is that it?
I think Tina's still trying to figure out what's going on. I did specify. I don't think she read the thing. It said that the boss is invisible. Yeah.
So what do you mean read the thing? Well,
they had a whole thing that I explained. I gave them a big old document. Not big, actually. It's pretty short. But I gave them the document to help make sure they understand what was going on at this game, because it's a little bit confusing in some parts.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm looking at it right now. It says the final screen, or the final boss, will be invisible. Red bars on the side is its health. Yeah. And finally, the screen will turn black.
Tina might have noticed that it actually did go down a little bit now. It did. She just has to figure out what just happened if she's playing without that assistance.
So I assume Moonberry is on the second game here, and resolutions change. So I will go ahead and make sure that it is captured correctly and not wrong. Of course, the resolution changed for the fan game of the original, you know?
Yeah. So, by the way, the original, one of the designers was a third grader.
Oh, really?
Just to be clear on this, it was 2 designers. I mean, they were just pseudonyms, so I can't really tell you anything about them. But it did say that one of the people that worked on this was a third grader.
Hey, Dragus Cloud is through, and it looks like Tina's fallen behind just a little bit, but not too shabby. Like, I feel like everybody is going to beat the first game pretty quickly. With that said, do they have any hope beating the second one?
They will get to, I bet they're going to get to the end of the second one. Like there's kind of 2 endings. There's the regular ending, and then there's the challenge levels. And the challenge levels they have to do. They will not finish the challenge levels. I can tell you that. Some of them are absurd. Apparently the author did not even finish the challenge levels. He actually puts this in when he writes it up. He said he never actually finished the challenge levels, but he put them in anyway. So.
Oh, I love when devs do that. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Who needs testing? It's okay. I mean, I tested it. I could beat everything except for the very last challenge level. The last challenge level is absurd, and if somebody makes it that far, I will explain.
Okay.
And good, Moonberry is being chased. This is beautiful. This is, yeah. There's just so much going on. You know, I will say Moonberry seems to be vibing with this really quickly. Are they competitor? I don't even recognize the name off the bat.
Moonberry has played in years past, yes. They're not new to Kusogrand8. Oh my gosh, they are kind of accidentally clipping into the wall, or purposefully, I'm not sure.
There are parts later where you actually need to clip into the wall, but that's not yet. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, no, Moonberry is doing extremely well. So, okay. One of the features, by the way, the jump that you kind of saw right there also, if you've been watching Moonberry's screen, is like kind of the float along the ceiling there with the jump. That is a feature. If you hold up, you will just kind of keep floating on the ceiling sometimes. And you can actually do like big jump by like sort of attaching yourself to the ceiling. It doesn't really make like any kind of physical sense. It just makes game sense. But it clearly, like the author knew it was happening because there are levels later where you have to use it. It is like you actually have to understand all the jank physics that's going on in this game to make it work. So one of the reasons I really like this one is it's not just like it's a jank game, but they were aware it's a jank game, and they made it so that you had to understand it for it to make sense. So,
yeah, so just for clarification, we're talking with Tina. She was like, is that it? And yeah, as a matter of fact, that is it. And it is time to move on to the next game. And unfortunately, like, there was a whole document that has all of the details there. And in general, you know, I don't have any problems telling people that they've finished a game. Yeah, the game's finished. Move on to the next one.
Yep.
The first one was definitely not a very long game. But the second one is a fan game and still has... I'm glad that they kept the same song and sound effects in it. Like, out of any game to make a fan game of, you can really capture the original spirit of this one very quickly.
Do not actually understand why somebody would pick this game as the one to, like, oh, the plot's not finished yet. I want to make a completion. Because like the ending, it says something like on the first one, like you haven't really defeated the big bat yet, like there's still some more to do. It kind of says that at the end. It's like somebody was like, I just cannot stand this, I need to finish the game, and so they made this, and it's just glorious. So want to talk about what's going on screen here? Any comments on anything? I mean, you haven't seen the game before, so.
I'm not sure what the enemy is in the weird gotta get the orb in order to get through the room.
Yeah, everybody is getting at that. Yeah, it's some sort of
ugly thing.
Monster dragon thing? I don't know. Does chat any theories?
I don't like it. Also, are the orbs basically just a switch? You grab the orb and it opens up the ceiling?
Yeah, when it's not trying to kill you. Yeah. I mean, based on the room you're in. It might be trying to kill you. You might need to pick them up. There's one room where there's like 7 orbs and you have to pick them all up like Pac-Man to open the room. You know, it's just each room has its own rules and you have to figure out those rules. That's kind of part of the deal with it. And that's kind of part of the heritage of click and play. This is not actually click and play. This is the successor to it, which is click and create, I think. I don't remember the exact name.
Okay. Like, the physics seem a little bit more consistent in this version of the game. I can appreciate that maybe not like actually jumping onto blocks. Like Max on the top right is having a really hard time getting up there. So, as a reminder, everybody, this match is fairly straightforward. Make as much progress as you can through the games. If anybody manages to beat both of them, then fantastic. They take first. If nobody does, it'll be whoever made the most progress at any given point. So Moonberry does have a question.
Yeah, I think it's talking about shoot, which the shoot only works like when it wants to.
Yep. Omega number. Yeah. You replied there and said essentially it works contextually. depending on where you are or what you're doing. But it looks like both Tina Hax and Dragus Cloud are onto Dracula again.
Yeah. There's definitely a hold on here. What? So Moonberry's having. Looks like the trouble on Moonberry's screen. Yeah, Moonberry's doing it wrong, I think. I don't think it's a problem with the control. There we go. There we go. That's how you do it. Okay. All right. There we go. Yeah, so what Moonberry was doing, this is another fun quirk of the system, is like if you try to do up jump when you're against a wall and it like you're not able to up and jump because of some reason, like you'd run into something, it just doesn't move you at all. It looks like it's broken.
Okay, what do you mean up and jump? Do you have
okay, so like right now, Moonberry's a little stuck, right?
Yeah.
Moonberry needs to go to the left a little bit before doing the up and jump. There we go.
So, yeah, but what does the up button do?
It goes, well, I guess, oh, sorry, jump and right. I'm sorry, well, let me correct that. So you're going to the jumping and moving to the right at the same time. If you just press jump without any left or right movement, you just jump up and down. Right?
Ah, gotcha.
Pushing left or right at the same time you're jumping. But sometimes it will eat that input if you're right next to a wall.
Moonberry tried to skip the item that has lore, and it kills you if you do. Okay, Dragus Cloud is outside. Uh-oh, back into the... Okay. Aha, you thought this was the end? It's not! Yeah!
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the world ended, not with a bang, but with a... Yeah!
Yeah, so, okay, Dragus is ahead. Then we've got Tina and Moon are basically tied, right? And then Max is still on the room with the... This room is hard that Max is on. This is one of the rooms I was stuck on for the longest. Because you really have to start to understand the physics of the game for this room to make sense. Like where Max is jumping is failing right now.
Don't touch the wall.
That happened to me a lot. And like, this is where I suddenly like, oh, this is how the jumping works. You actually have to understand the game mechanic really for this to make any sense. So, also the room Dragus is on is very hard. So probably the other players are going to catch up.
Yeah, I can, like, honestly, all of these players, Dragus Cloud, Moonberry, and Tina Hax, they've been in Kusogrand8 plenty of times. Max, I believe this is Max's first match, and because of that, Max, definitely hasn't had quite the experience in Kusogrand8 of having to race something that barely functions. And that can be a bit of a difficult experience for new players, but it's also really exciting, you know? Here's Kusogrand8, this is what it's all about.
Right, yeah. No, it's... there we go. I mean, Max is figuring it out pretty good still. There you go. Did the air slide right there. That was perfect where with the sliding along the ceiling. And Max, I think, has actually mastered the jumping now, because that was very quick right there. It did not get stopped like Moonberry did on the stairs. See, right there, perfect. So I think we're actually, he seems to be mastering it too. I would suspect Max has done some kind of competition somewhere. I don't know. It just feels like it from the playing.
That's fair.
Meanwhile, Dragus is still getting stuck on this one room.
Tina Hax is there as well.
So the big trick is that the last jump, you have to make it basically almost like on a magic pixel. You have to be in the right spot for you to stick the land. Because otherwise you'll hit against the wall and then just die. So like, that's a little too far forward. That's too far forward.
Moonberry, what happened? Oh, okay. Moonberry beat Dracula. That's fair. Max has been behind so far, but honestly is not very far behind now, considering how big of a wall that the players have.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you said this is a game. Is that the only thought that you had there, or was there something else in addition to that?
This is a game where somebody could there's going to be walls. There's nobody is ever going to be so far ahead that people can't catch up. And there's going to be walls where people can actually, like, one person's going to get past it really quickly, and another person's going to take a while. The problem Max is having right now, by the way, is using up the weapon while you can't shoot as directly. It has to be the robot. You have the limited gun. Basically, there's a way to do this with the robot. You just shoot it like 5 times rapid fire when it lands. So, it's one of those things. Like, some people are going to struggle on this screen, and some people will just find that out right away. And the same thing for just pretty much all the other rooms. It looks like Tina might be in the right spot. We'll see.
You know, I'm trying to find any information about this, but as it turns out, looking up the cursed house doesn't give you a lot of information, and looking up the cursed house click and play is still not giving a lot of information. This is like, considering that you heard about this because of somebody or Sprint God recommending it in the Kusogrand8 applications, I love it. Like, this is silly, and having a fan sequel to it, like, everybody, if you want to make your very first game, this is perfect. You know, make a fan sequel to something that, like, has no expectations of actually being any good, and then just do it. Just finish it. It's great.
Okay, so Max, somebody said Max and I also run Mystery Tournament. Yeah, Max is not a new player either in terms of playing games. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say it looks like Max also knows what he's doing. It's just, I wouldn't say the other players are making this game look easy. Obviously they're all stuck in the same room, so that's kind of oh, and Tina's through. Found the magic pixel.
Well, good. Yeah. The yell is so good. Yeah, I'm looking at this, and apparently, I'm looking at a page that was linked by Mooware, a page that talks about the game a little bit. It says there's a video of it uploaded by somebody. Its surreal nature and the main character's screams became a hot topic, and yeah, I agree with that. Like, the main character's scream is perfect.
Yeah, it's, is the sequel mentioned on the Know Your Meme page, by the way?
I am not looking at Know Your Meme, so I have no idea.
I'm curious, because, yeah, it was hard for me to find it. I had to basically dig through videos on Nico, and then I found this one. I was like, wait a minute, this isn't the game. And then I used that and kind of back source where it might be, and I found the webpage was dead. And then I went to Internet Archive, and then I found, like, there was one copy saved on Internet Archive of this game that they're playing right now. Just one. Otherwise, this would have been...
Yeah, let me say, Flight of the Bumblebee, freaking amazing song, freaking difficult to play. Like, for any instrument. So kudos to anybody who can play Flight of the Bumblebee anywhere. You're pretty cool.
Oh, there's also the Cursed House EX. Okay, we have that's. I mean, RSC is going to take long enough. I have not seen EX, so you know what? There's always a future match, right?
Cursed House EX? Oh no.
Anyway, so let's talk about evading these flying things, because birds are jerks. I mean, they're bats. But yeah, this is all, they're all dictated by RNG. It's the kind of RNG where it just kind of washes out after you've experienced it enough, so it wasn't worrying me as a competitive match. But what you'll find is that some of the RNG is it's better to just die,
yeah,
and then like let the RNG get you the right thing. You know, like, oh, this is bad, I'll just reset the level. That's what's gonna happen. Oh, by the way, that's Cheetah Man.
No, they put Cheetah Man in? Oh my gosh! Why? Why? Oh my gosh!
He's our hero. This section's easy, actually. It's kind of funny. This is like the easiest part of the game, the Cheetah Man section.
Yeah,
But,
by the way, you had a question in Discord earlier, but it looks like...
Yeah, no, it looks like it got resolved. It resolved itself.
Oh, Moonberry! No, you were right there! Moonberry, you made the jump!
Oh, no. Well, actually, this is kind of an information thing, so Moonberry should be able to recreate it. It's really like knowing there is a magic pixel and that's what you're supposed to do, and not like you're supposed to do some other esoteric thing.
Let me just say, I am a huge fan of this developer, like, taking this original game and slipping Cheetah Men into it. Like, oh my gosh. It's so perfect.
Yeah, the song is also from Cheetah Man. That is correct.
Yep. Justin sometimes hums that tune to me and usually does it in a way that is extremely broken and barely sounds like the original song at all. But I know it because that's what he does. Okay, well, it looks like everybody except for Moonberry has made progress in the stupid ladder. Oh, wait, Max is there as well. Never mind. Okay.
This is the actually, isn't this is the remix version of the room, isn't it? Hold on.
What do you mean the remix version of the room?
I thought there was two versions of this room.
There might be, but now I'm pretty sure Max and Moonberry are on the same room.
Okay. All right. Tina's room, by the way, is one of the RNG ones I was talking about. Like, don't let those things like sit up there in the corner. Just die and reset them. Don't even like mess with it because it's going to be too much of a pain to wait for it.
Yeah.
It will, like, if it gives you good RNG, it'll just go.
Yeah, I don't like screensaver room. Oh, okay, there we go. Tina. Ooh, okay, Tina's on a box. Okay. This is horrifying physics. This is not okay physics.
Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. Okay, so Dragus is through. Dragus needs to keep going. Sure.
What do you mean? It says
Well,
thanks for
OK.
play.
Click OK. I don't think I ever said click OK on that.
Yeah, feel free to tell them, like, that is completely fine. Okay. Because is there more game now?
No, there's more game. There you go. Okay. Yes, there's definitely more game. Okay. So this is the room. I believe who was it that was testing this? Our last GM was testing this, and this was the room with the most that caused the most trouble. This one right here.
The one that Dragus Cloud is on.
Yeah, it is. Well, first, like, you have to do the jump across, which is dodging to begin with because of the weird head jumping physics. There's a weapon in the lower right that you might not spot the first time around. Yeah, Dolores Fred tested it. The weapon in the lower right.
You have a very important question in Discord that you need to look at because it looks like one of our players may be soft locked.
Hold on, I keep playing from my OBS.
No, maxed out. Maxed out is stuck in the ceiling.
You get a Corndan or somebody OBS like over there?
We need to address maxed out because maxed out is stuck in the ceiling.
Let's see here. Okay. Let's see here.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm gonna do commentary. Everybody else can go ahead and help with some. Nah, it looks like we're good. Okay.
Yeah, as far as I know, and I tried really hard to get myself stuck, this game has no soft locks. Like, if it looks like you're stuck, you just have to bounce around a bunch.
Okay, gotcha. That's hilarious. Okay, Moonberry, I believe, is through the Cheetah Man section and is moving on. Although, oh my gosh, there's so much death. There's just so much death. I still love that, like, when playing the first game, it was about 5 seconds in that we had multiple game overs. And that's exactly what I want out of video games. Okay, Moonberry onto the screensaver room. It looks like Tina Hacks is onto the nightmare room that Dragus Cloud is on. And this is largely going to be whoever can figure out this room first. Hey, Tina killed the boss thingy and... Oh no, bullet to the face! Well, never mind then.
Yeah, this has the troll at the end, but I mean, that's almost, this is a knowledge room partially. I mean, this game is generally a knowledge game. The hardcore rooms, after you beat the game that they'll have to do, those are not necessarily knowledge rooms. Those will be along the lines of you. Yeah, some of those are actually hard to even do.
Yeah,
but that, there you go. Just now that you know it's there, it's
So, yeah, apparently this game, like, I've never heard of this before, but just from what I'm seeing, it became fairly big. The first game and quote-unquote second fan game here became relatively popular for a time, at least in Japanese game communities. Like, there's a YouTube video out there that has over 1 million views. Yeah, like... And I've never heard of this, and I love it.
Yeah, I really, so, I mean, I appreciate all of you that sent in games on the little sheet, you know, where it says, send in a game you want a game master to give. I read all of those. There's another one that's really good. Like, I was absolutely blown away. Well, good in the Kuso sense, but you know what I mean. I think this game is good. But a really good game, but I'm going to say it for brackets. It's just, it was like, this game is amazing. I have to share it with people, kind of thing. So there's, yeah, I've got a couple of good inspirations from that list. So I definitely appreciate everybody who sent that in. So.
Yeah, by the way, I want you to know we've got referees who are helping out now that we're over half an hour in. You know, we're going to start having pushes in order to make more progress. And the referees watching the match are Blasness Cherry Eris, who hates peas, Linkura, and Nakarashi. Soberdorf is here in the wings helping out as well. And honestly, I think I like peas more than I did as a kid. They're fine. Peas are great. Like, this background, I'd eat it. Yeah. Well, and honestly, you know, they're keeping track of the screens and the passwords, and let me just say that Tina has some fireballs and is in danger. But yeah, those were good dodges.
Watch out for those Corzo gold keys, they'll get you.
Good dodges. Oh, yeah.
We've learned that now from Gods was the one that had them, right?
They had what?
The horizontal gold keys. Which game had those?
Yeah. It had horizontal keys and vertical keys, and you had to get the right key.
Yeah, no, I saw the horizontal gold key, and it's like, I died immediately. I was like, oh, okay, this game is perfect once I saw that, you know, it's...
Yeah, this is kind of a good example of a game that, like, it's so bad that it is amazing to watch. I love this, okay? I'm a huge fan of this game. Like, there's somebody who said that it's basically I want to be the guy, and yeah, it kind of is, but it's also, like, really fast to get back into, and, like, it's new to me, and because of that, I'm really excited about it. Oh, I hate I want to be the guy games, but I'm okay with, like, Castle Explorer in front of a bunch of peas. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely important differences with, like, I want to be the guy, the physics of the control of the main character is all like legit. Like there's no jankiness to the control. All the jank in that game is in the environment where the apple fly up to get you.
Yep.
There's all sorts of troll traps. This has the troll traps, but the player's control is absolutely just off the wall bad. Having sometimes the jump will actually be different depending on what screen you're on. That never was in I Want to Be the Guy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So the thing Tina's getting stuck on, I actually I ended up jumping all the way back to the platform, the yellow platform, and then I was able to skip the spider. Oh, it looks like this will work too, probably. Yeah, just jump right over it. There we go.
Yeah. Oh no, there's a skeleton? Yeah. Yeah.
So the skeleton, there's a I gave them instructions how to kill it, or like told them what the Japanese said here. It was like there's an item you're supposed to throw at it, but you actually have to wait for. What I didn't say, because the game doesn't tell you, you have to wait for the item to show up.
Yeah, it says the text on the skeleton says you need to throw something at it. Yeah, that I appreciate that you have information in the document, because it's
it's because the thing you throw ends up going straight up. So Tina has to die.
Okay.
Tina hasn't realized yet. You're supposed to die. There we go.
Tina died. And it is back to trying to throw a giant thing at Skelly-chan. Uh-oh, screensaver Skelly coming to get you. Yeah!
Yeah, so this is another really good example of the rules of the room change depending on which room you're in. Like, normally you think throwing an item, it goes straight. Why because it's not like you're pushing up and throwing. It is, you push the button to shoot and it throws it that way.
Oh no! Tina just got sliced in half.
Yeah, this is pick the sword. You have to actually skip that sword and get the second sword.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, yeah.
And then die.
Don't. Oh, I guess that works. I guess.
I'm so confused. Like, what is
one way of getting through that?
Like, this kind of moon logic, dumb logic.
You cannot hit Dracula. You have to hit the bats that Dracula throws at you.
Okay.
So we'll see how long. There we go. Yeah, you're supposed to hit those things.
That's fine. Hit the thing. Hit the thing.
There we go. Okay. I think we got it figured out. Now let's look at everyone else is doing. So Max is on this screensaver, it looks like. Then Moon is on the clouds. Dragus is almost up to Dracula. Just needs to resolve this gem and then fight the skeleton and then get the sword. So, if I'm reading this right, although I guess refs can confirm. Let's see here. It should be. Is it Tina, then Dragus, then Moon, then Bax?
I believe that's the current order. Dragus Cloud a little bit ahead of Moonberry. Yeah, Moonberry, after getting through the Cloud Room, should get to where you can get the items to kill Skelly-chan. Yeah, Tina is definitely in the lead here, though. Dracula? Oh, Dracula's a pterodactyl? Oh, no! What? Dracula, stop it! As he's throwing ghosts! I hate it when my pterodactyls throw ghosts at me. But at the same time, they're extinct, so, maybe that's a form of vengeance. Sending your kith and your kin over to terrorize whoever this guy is. I don't even know why you're in this castle. I know it's cursed. Or this cursed house. It's probably cursed because it has too many peas.
That's actually legit theory right there, too many peas.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting so yeah, you can take this boss pretty carefully if you want to, for the most, even though it is pure RNG. It doesn't shoot two ghosts in a row, so it's not, there's no delay kind of RNG with the ghost. It will shoot it and then it will delay, and so you can kind of run away a bit
Yeah.
So you don't have to actually like. You don't have to risk being next to it. You can actually just kind of run away, wait for the ghost to get shot, and then go for it again.
I mean, the ghost will be shot straight at you, so as long as you line yourself in a place where you want the ghost to go and then move out of the way, it's going to work out. And Tina's doing pretty okay with that now. Oh, ghosty. Bad ghost. I love that the ghost has like a ball and chain attached to it, like, but it doesn't affect the ghost movement at all. Ghost keeps moving.
So let's see here. Dragus, hold on, is okay. Waiting for the candle. All right, I'm just trying to figure out where we were in that. Like, if it was.
There we go. Dragus has killed the skeleton. Good job, Dragus. Now time to die on sword number 1 because that's what everybody does.
You know, maybe you would think, wait a minute, this has to be a trap. There's 2 of them. Oh no, never mind. Oh,
Dragus jumping over the second sword. Now you need
Tina has defeated the boss. That's she's up to hardcore levels now. So I did think I said specifically you need to wait for the password to appear. I do also put the password in the document itself. If she's, it looks like something might be garbled on her screen. She can just use the password from. Oh, let me make sure that she knows about it. Hold on a second.
Well, it looks like Tina's on to the next area.
Okay, she got it figured out. Okay, good. All right, so this is the hardcore levels now, and each level gets a new password. So this is the point where the author could not beat them all.
Okay. Are they beatable?
Yeah, so going back to the action here on the other screens, Dragus is, I think, figured out the gimmick. And is just simply trying to stay safe, which is good. The ladders, this is the right strategy. You just kind of stay low and then use the ladder to jump over, and then you can get to the next bat hit. I think we're actually close to. Oh no, I guess not. But at least this ain't right strategy going on.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that the instruction is a little deceptive because it says to hit the bats. These are clearly pterodactyls. Like, no, for real, these are pterodactyls that we're fighting.
I mean, everything in the game says they're bats. Yeah, you're right. It's like they're using kind of a pterodactyl image. Yeah, no, I get you.
Which I kind of love. Just call them bats, you know?
Yeah, it was probably like that's the animation that they had, and so that's, you know, and it's the same from the first game. You know, it's just just use whatever's at hand, and if you don't actually have a bat, just call it a bat. It's okay. That's
I do appreciate that, like, the creator of this game definitely knew that they could have some funny stuff in it, you know, and some really dorky stuff. They threw Cheetah Men in, for crying out loud. So, you know, call the pterodactyls bats, you know. Dracula throws bats. Everybody knows that. That's just what happens. Okay, Moonberry has the sword.
I'm sorry.
This is such a game.
So there aren't that many games that I laugh as I'm testing them. This game, I had to stop multiple times because I was laughing so much. I just like I had to stop. I was I don't know what it is about it, but somehow this has the right level of jank to be perfect. I don't know what it is. This is a perfect game.
Well, I mean, I think there's a reason this became kind of a sensation for at least in the Japanese gaming community, you know. This is very much modern-esque Kusogran8. Not super modern, but modern enough. Actually, then again, when did the original come out? Apparently, the second one came out or was last updated on the wiki in 2008. So, these have been around for a while.
One other thing that I kind of found puzzling was, so like I said, this was made by the successor to Clicking and Play, not actual Click and Play. It was like Click and Create or something like that. And I had never even like heard of any other game using this. But you happen to know a lot more bad games than I do. Are there any games that use this?
Well, there have to be other games that use Click and Create. I haven't seen any personally. I haven't played any. And I would say that if anybody knows more about that, it would probably be Xandra, because Xandra has actually made games for Click and Play.
Yeah, I know Japan has a pretty good Click and Play scene. They actually have sold like CDs with Click and Play games on them in Japan.
Okay.
I think Macaw played one once that had like a cat fighting game. It was like a Street Fighter but with cats.
Oh yeah, I know that game. I think we've had it here on this channel.
Yeah. So the Click and Play is pretty famous, but the Click and Create, I don't know. I saw it, I was like, what is this thing? And then I realized, oh, this is the same lineage as those games, the same people making it. It's just, for whatever reason, this version wasn't as famous. And I think it might have been like a gap thing, because eventually this turned into Game Maker stuff, right? And Game Maker Fusion and all that, right? This is the same lineage that eventually turned into those, same people.
Business.
What was that sound?
Sorry, I wanted to say something about
Xandra!
Click and Create.
Yes, please.
Come in, come chat.
I heard you need to talk about Click. Is it Click and Create? Is that what we were talking about?
Yeah,
Yes, Click and
because
Create.
this game was made in Click
Okay.
and Create.
Yeah. So Click and Create is it's another Click Team product. They make Click and Play, and then they made a sequel. Europe got The Games Factory. North America and other markets got Click and Create. It's literally the sequel to Click and Play. The main difference is it has a little more robust programming, more features, and it can do scrolling, which is the big thing.
Yeah, I think I've seen a little scrolling in this game. Oh my gosh. Tina Hacks and Moonberry are really struggling with this stage for some reason, and I don't blame them. But yeah, like mostly these levels do not have any scrolling. I think they were trying to stick with the spirit of the original.
Yeah. This looks great. This game looks awesome.
Yeah!
So the way the physics work on this is, Andrew, since you're here, is there something like built in that like causes certain animation, like the way the sticking to the ceiling with the jump animation thing?
Oh, yeah. So Click and Play and Click and Create have this great thing. So anytime you see someone trying to jump over a block and instead jumping straight up, that's a weird physics glitch. If you jump when you're next to a wall, there's a chance you'll be stuck horizontally and unable to actually crest over what you're jumping over. It's really frustrating. But yeah, so Click and Play and Click and Create have per pixel collision. So if you make a jumping animation, and because you are a normal person, you have the collision set to your character and not an invisible box behind them. That means that if your character's physical shape changes when you're jumping, that's your collision. So it is entirely possible that, especially this character is like going real low when jumping. So it's possible that you jump and you're crouching, and the animation would try to get you to stand up, but that would make you clip through the ceiling, so you get stuck to the ceiling. There's some really weird edge cases that can happen. It's also why if you make a character with like a hand in front of them,
Dragon's Cloud got through the first of the impossible levels. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness, yes. I was, so the one that Moonberry had been stuck on forever. Yeah, this is what I was saying, like, nobody is in a comfortable league, because this can happen.
Well, yeah, it's stupid. Like, I sort of understood what the goal probably was in the level, but I still didn't completely know. The RNG of the dropping balls is bad. Dragon's Cloud just tried to get these falling platforms to line up so that they can get across, and almost made it. Okay. Yeah,
this is doable. This room's a lot more doable.
So,
than the
Xandra, I have to ask, in order to make hitboxes a little bit more consistent, are you able to add, like, invisible pixels as well?
No.
No?
Absolutely not.
So
No.
what about almost transparent, like 1% visible?
Maybe. I actually don't know if Click and Create had the concept of transparency in pixel. I think it was just, no, it's a color or it's not. And then you can have a sprite be slightly transparent, maybe? But that took a lot of resources. Like, transparency back in the day was like really a real resource hog. So no, I think the thing you're always supposed to do kinda is like you're actually controlling an invisible block and you have your character sprite just following it and jiggling on top of it. But that's it. It's not, you know, it's not. These games weren't perfect. Like, ideally, you're making a character who is very square orb shaped and whose animations don't really like move like all that much from that shape. But you know,
Dragon's
sometimes
Cloud,
you make
are
a
you
character
using
that's
pause
just
strats?
a guy.
No, everybody's streams are stuttering. Oh no!
The problem is you.
No, the problem is me. Actually, it's not me. Let me see. I think. Oh, Tina is on to the next level.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope that was informative.
I believe it was. It very much helped. Thank you so much.
Expert. I have played a lot of click and play games, but I've never actually made my own. So I don't know what's involved in it.
Oh, it was great. It was great. In the 90s, like, you could just make anything happen, including future Kusogrand8 games.
All right, it looks like things are possibly getting stable. It might be a problem with our RTMP server. I'm gonna have to go and check. But yeah, Tina Hacks is getting back into this in the same room as Dragon's Cloud. Only one orb left to collect as well, which is fantastic. Holy cow. There we go. Tina's through and has moved back into the lead. Very nice.
Do you have any more click and create questions before I on business?
You can hang out. I don't care. Not stealing my thunder or anything.
I don't want to crowd you. You know, I don't.
No, we good. I mean, actually, I kind of do, honestly. There's a lot I'm kind of curious about. I mean, for one thing, so this wasn't made in the 90s. This was made in 2008.
Oh, nice.
Is there like something reason why somebody would be making a game with this in particular in 2008?
2008. Let's see. So the let me actually look it up. When was Click Studio? Click Studio is the successor to Google. I don't need to see like precise location. Like, I think it's Click Team Studio. It's Click Team Studio. Okay, Click Team Studio. When did you come out, Click Team Studio? Their Wikipedia page, maybe. Yeah. So, right. There was a Multimedia Fusion. Was also one of the names. Yeah, Click and Create was the prototype for Multimedia Fusion. So basically, Click and Play, and then Click and Create, the Games Factory, the Games Factory 2, Multimedia Fusion 2, and then eventually they renamed the whole thing to Click Team Fusion 2.5. There were several sequels to this that you could have used, but honestly, they all kind of work the same, and the feature set is slightly different.
Okay.
But not all that different. So honestly, like this, you're not gonna gain all that much. Like the Click and Play to Click and Create, that was the biggest jump in tech. Otherwise, I mean, if this is what you have and you don't want to like spend like a $50 or $100 on the new one that doesn't do all that much new, might as well use it.
Looks like Matt, by the way, is going to finish the main game too, which is great. That means
nice.
Oh
man, it warms my heart to see that like gradient health bar. Like, oh, that takes me back.
That's a default.
Yeah, that's a default. It's great. Oh man.
So Tina's room, by the way, is heavy RNG here. Well, I was gonna say that was actually good work, I think, but
Roy in chat pointing out, yeah, Hempuli, who makes Baba Ishi, uses Click Team Fusion.
Right.
Yeah.
All the Five Nights at Freddy's use Fusion. I'm pretty sure.
That's You could do a lot with that software. I like to use Construct myself. I prefer it just because it works in a way that like like user interface wise, I like it a little bit more. But which is like it's a different kind of like it's the same thing. It's just like a different company. They work like slightly differently, but all of those are great because like you can make games without code. How revolutionary is that even today?
Oh my goodness, Tina just keeps getting because the last part is kind of harder than it looks because you can't just like fall into the exit there. If you drop, the physics don't let you like then move to the right while you're falling. You have to actually jump to the exit. That means you have to go down the ladder and then jump. This is why it's being so hard. I'm not sure what it is for. So both Moonberry and Dragus are having issues on the same level, and I'm not sure. I mean, there's lots of things happening, and I don't know if there's a consistent thing they're having trouble with, or if it's just dealing with the RNG.
Yeah. Well, Max is going to be moving on to the impossible levels as well. Tina is definitely in the lead. Dragus, Cloud, and Moonberry both in the same room. They've both been here for a long time. It's very clear these orbs are required for progress. So, whoever manages to get down to the fewest orbs left, if that happens, will be considered in the lead. Between those two, Tina Hacks, though, is definitely in first at the moment, and with the little amount of time that we have, that might not change, but these bats are terrible. Xandra, did you know these are bats that Tina is dealing with?
Really?
Per the game lore,
they look like
yes.
pteranodons.
Per the game's lore. No, they're bats.
Yeah,
okay.
According to the Japanese, they're bats, so...
Okay.
Yeah, the lore is very important here, okay? If there's
lore is very
that
important in general. Yeah. You gotta know the lore.
Yeah. Well, I am just doing a little bit of work to make sure that we have everything ready for the next match as well. So, I really appreciate the information that you brought to us today.
Yeah.
I have learned a little bit about Click and Play, and I use Game Maker to dink around with. That's been my main thing. I want to learn a little Godot. But
yeah, oh, nice.
Yeah, I am a huge fan of tools that come out that people make crappy things with. Make your crappy games. Come on.
Yeah. Absolutely.
By the way, Tina did get by finally.
Yes.
So I did not get by this level. I had to use the password to get to the next level, so I don't know what the trick is.
Yeah, is that Lester the Unlikely?
Where?
The character you're playing as. It just feels very Lester-ish.
No, it's...
Wow.
I forget the character's name. It's probably listed on a wiki somewhere.
Okay, I did not see that coming, but yeah. Tina
that was wild.
Yeah, I spent a very, very long time on that room, and I just could not get by.
Yeah, sometimes people can just manage to find a cheese strat that works out for them, and I am definitely a fan.
Shout out to Cheese.
You like cheese? Wow.
Oh,
Xandra, I like mice and I like cheese. My name is Xandra. Ba,
yeah.
ba, ba.
It's sometimes some of these things are just coincidences.
Max could be up to the level the star level too. If I mean, just because the way this game works, you can sometimes just get through a level that you're stuck on. Then we've seen that before. So
Yeah. Just FYI, yeah. What a video game. I love this. We have 1 minute left, everybody. We're almost at the end.
So yeah, we definitely have some Moonberry is definitely second now. But oh my goodness, oh no, Dragus might.
Yeah,
it's possible.
Maybe. No, Dragon's Cloud is still not through. I think that this is pretty much fate at this point. Fate? Yeah, this is the fate that they are facing. Moonberry coming in second to Tina Hax. Dragon's Cloud third. Max in fourth. All of the players have put in a good amount of work, though. What an amazingly impossible game, seriously.
At the end.
And there we go. That is time. That is game over. That is, we can stop listening to Flight of the Bumblebee for a little bit. Oh my gosh. Woo. Oh, well, Xandra, thank you again for coming and giving us some context. We can let you go if you want to run off, but
absolutely.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm going to unbusiness and then leave. Bye.
Bye. Well, let's go ahead. Wow. I love it. That was just a blast. Like, seriously. Let me go and check right now to let the players know, yo, we have a very clear victory with Tina. So I will welcome Tina in. Yeah, how do you feel the players did?
I figured two people were going to beat it. The main game. Maybe three, like maybe a third person was squeaking at the end. But everybody beat the game. I mean, they what they're playing right now, remember, is in the impossible levels, the levels that even the author hasn't beaten. So they're intended to be unfair. I mean, so that was absolutely fantastic. Everybody did great. I think Max, for being the first Kusogrand8 match, did fantastic. But it appears that he's also a veteran to racing video games. So yeah, no, that was a perfect match. I was so impressed.
Yeah, Tina is here. Hello, Tina, and congratulations on your victory. Game. Oh, you enjoyed it.
A few execution errors, but in general, yeah. There were a lot of really neat ideas in this game. These games, I guess. They feel like the same game.
I mean, I love that you say that they feel like the same game because they were even made in different game engines. Mind you, this was the sequel to Click and Play, but they were made by different people, and this had Cheetah Man in it,
It did. I did turn into Cheetah Man once.
Oh,
I needed to get an ice cream.
You needed to get an ice. Well, that's true. You needed ice cream.
On account of the big fall that you took. Yeah.
Yeah. So question.
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah. Did you genuinely enjoy the games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was exactly one room that I thought, is this meant to be a kill screen? Obviously it wasn't. But I know that it probably only took me like 5 minutes to beat, but it felt like I took an entire hour in that one room.
Yeah.
Was it in the challenge levels?
I'm sorry?
Was it in the challenge levels?
Yeah, it was the room with the falling floor. Just
everybody.
The input for jump keeps getting eaten.
Everybody was in there for quite a while. That's about right. Although
actually, no. Dragus did it first try, remember?
Well, okay, everybody except for Dragus. Dragus is an outlier and should not be counted in this. Everybody else struggles with that room considerably. And like, I was thinking one of the ways that you could have potentially dealt with it if there was any way to jump from the falling block and sort of wedge yourself up
No, I was
the ceiling?
mashing jump.
Oh, really? Yeah, I kept seeing, like, anytime there was a falling block and you tried to stand and jump from it, like, it was about a 90% chance that you couldn't get off of the block. Yeah.
I hate to say frame perfect, but the jumps felt like, except for the one frame that you were standing on solid ground, they got eaten.
Yeah, that's about right. So, what was your favorite? Do you have a favorite room of the game? Or a favorite moment?
Oh, gosh. Well, favorite moment. You fall down a long way and you feel very tired, so the Cheetah Man gets you ice cream. That was just absolutely transcendent. What a good moment.
Okay, I didn't really understand his motive for like Cheetah Man taking over, but like now I do.
Me neither.
I appreciated the sword choice room, by the way. Choose the
sword
first
choice room was so funny.
Yeah, the thing is, Tina, didn't you beat it after
indignantly.
dying?
Yes.
Okay, because everybody else, if they got the sword and then died, they had to do the room again. But somehow you died at just the right time. Like it was perfect. It was very.
Is that not what you were supposed to do?
No, you collect the sword and then you wait for a while and then it moves to the next screen.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
I thought after I picked up the second sword, which I was convinced I was gonna die, to be clear. But you know, you got to find out, because I've had a sword before.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, maybe it's just the order, but apparently that was wrong.
Yeah, you know what? I really enjoyed the skeleton. I thought the skeleton was pretty cute. I didn't like the weird wriggling worm. Like, in game number 2, the one where you had to climb up, get the orb, and then go to the right, while there was this giant, weird, writhing red...
thing.
Was it an ant?
I interpreted it as an ant. I'm sure whatever you interpreted it as is equally valid.
Okay, so I have to ask you, the weird things, okay, that fly around that Dracula was launching, that you encountered fairly close to the end in a very difficult room, what is the name of that creature to you?
I mean, the document with the instructions that we got called them bats.
Okay. Okay. Is that correct? Is it like I'm asking your opinion?
Yeah, my opinion. I don't think that they look like bats at all. But I would be hard pressed to tell you what they look like more than bats.
Okay, perfect. Well, good. You conquered the bats. You conquered Dracula a few times, as well as. I don't even know. You got ice cream and just had a blast with this. Tina, I'm so glad you got to experience this. Like, when looking into the game, it looks like there's a Japanese video that kind of made this popular. It's got over 1 million views, and it became somewhat a sensation in the Japanese gaming community. And I had no idea. I just love it.
I mean, this feels very I want to be the guy-y.
Yeah. Especially the second game. I'd say the first game, you know, that might have been a little bit more in earnest, you know, a little more serious, a little less jokey. But with that said, I loved it. Seriously. So what are you doing these days? What are you streaming? What should people go check you out for?
Yeah, so I do mostly speedruns over at splits.red. Final Fantasy VI recently, although right now, until my new Super Famicom gets here from Japan, that's on hold. But yeah, as soon as I get my replacement Super Famicom, lots more Final Fantasy VI. Game's gotten really wild.
Okay, yeah, like... I know some of the stuff that's gotten wild. I know about Door-chan, but I don't... Like, I would be unsurprised if there's been new stuff that I know nothing about.
Since the last time that you watched there's new stuff.
Yeah, it's
Now
only
you
been
go
a
to
couple
outer space
months.
instead.
You go to
yes,
outer
correct.
space? Oh, I'm
Yeah,
so
that's what I said.
I'm so excited. Okay. Yeah, Tina, give me a heads up when you're doing runs again because I really want to go watch. Like,
Yeah,
really,
will do.
really, really. Well, thank you so much. Omega Number, thank you as well for giving the game. And Sprint God again for when you joined the tournament, recommending this game, The Cursed House. I absolutely loved it. I think this was a fantastic game to suggest. Well, both of you take care and have a great rest of your Sunday, okay?
Likewise.
Yeah, bye, friends. Everybody, Kusogrand8 is in its 8th iteration. You know what else is in its 8th iteration? A break. I gotta go use the restroom. Be back in a couple minutes.
This is Kusogrand8, and remember, if you're not supporting Bro Sencha, you should be, because he does a lot for everybody, and you guys are great for supporting him, and you should do that more. So remember to subscribe and send gift subs, and send more gift subs, and send another gift sub, and then maybe do some bits. Maybe do some bits. Do some. Can I get a hype train in chat? Is that a thing? I can't pitch for my own stuff. I can't be in my chat going, let's get a hype train in chat, or anything like that. But it would be crazy if Bro came back and just suddenly saw a hype train, and you'd be like, what the heck's going on? So, consider it.